What is up, guys and gals? Today we have a Penn 3 8000 LL that's having one issue. There's a couple others, but this is the main one. The lever won't go down. Just stays right there. So let's find out why that is and how we can fix it. Now, I'm not going to show you a full breakdown of this reel. I actually have not an 8000, but I have a 4000 that I can leave at the end of this video, a link to it. And I may end up doing a full breakdown on this one as well, so you can search my channel for it at some point in the future. So I'll come back to you when I've opened up everything to get to this point, and we were revealing what the issue may be. All right, now we'll just pop this lever off, and let's see what it's doing. I'm gonna squeeze onto the side plate because I've removed the screws from here, but I want to see. Yeah, it's still stuck. Good. All right, let's go ahead and pop this all up, if we can do that. It feels tight on this, but it doesn't seem like it's stuck, so let's see why it's not moving. And we're going to check this, of course, first. Let's do it again. I'm going to hold my finger over the spring. It's not really going anywhere, but just in... Haha! Found it! Now, I don't know who did this or how this even happened, but it is my belief it's my belief that someone opened this up and just didn't get it in right. I mean, is it even possible for that to slip past this? All right, so the bottom line is these two pieces here should be past that point right there, so that when this hits, it moves it forward. And I'll show you what that looks like just with this one. It's supposed to move forward just like that. But it's not doing it because this little tab right here is in the way. So it's getting stuck. Pretty straightforward. So we just got to move all these things out and reset these two pieces right here, these two metal pieces, this one and this one, and probably the spring as well because it feels like it's not engaging, but we'll see when we open it up. Okay, so I see what happened here. This screw right here is loose, right? So I definitely feel like someone came in here to try to repair something in here. I'm not sure what was going on. Maybe they're trying to repair this. That's a little sticky, but it works, so I don't know. Anyhow, I just screwed it all the way back down. So I feel like they opened this up, like so. Took that one off, took this one off. And as soon as they did that, started lifting things up, somehow this bar slipped beyond, or these two actuators slipped beyond the bar, or the trigger bar here, and we lost contact. And then hence that little piece that I was showing you earlier is blocking it. Okay. All right, so I was doing a full test on this after I reset this lever, just to make sure everything was working fine. And we get to the top of the oscillation. It might be working now, but it wasn't working before. Let's see if I can get to recreate that for you. So we're here like this. And I thought maybe it was the ratchet at the bottom that was causing that. But if we look closely here, right there, a spring should be coming out of that, knocking that back and forth. So one of these bars is getting blocked, or one of these bars are blocking that little post right there from moving forward, because that's the bar that actually kicks it back in, so it gets out or comes out of live liner mode. So we need to take this apart, or take this out, lift this plate up and see what's going on in there. So I am going to remove some other stuff. and see what's happening. So let's go ahead and pull this out and look at this. It's pretty nasty. We can say that. We can see there's obviously some wear on these gears, and the goal here is to replace as few things as possible. So even if this gear is rough, which I know it is, we may not be able to get it any smoother, which I don't think we can. But I think eventually we'll need to change this gear out, and I'll let the person know that. So let's go ahead and pop this off. It's not that hard, but what you got to be careful for is contacting that plate, this plate that's underneath it. So we're kind of hovering it just above that. All right, now I can pick this up. Ooh, that is nasty. And this is what we're looking for. Oh boy. We want to be careful here. Oh my goodness. That is not pretty. Come on up. All right, so you have one end there, and you have a prong that's sticking up right there. That's a little bit bent, so we may have to try to bend that back so it fits up in through this hole right here. But that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit, reset this spring. If you look at the other video I'm gonna link at the end of this video, then you'll see how to do all those things. But I'll reset this, come back to you, make sure that works, and then we can call it a day. So now this is the action we're looking for. That kind of popping back. So we're gonna stick that in, put everything back together and see how it works after a few tests. All right, now since that trigger was fixed on the main gear, that part that pops back and forth, everything works well now. And the reason you see me going so slow here is because typically it was happening when you would just go pop it right there and leave the rotor the way it is, and it would not engage sometimes, usually at the top of the oscillation like this. And now we have that fixed. Excellent. So we had two things to worry about. One, we had to correct the error of someone who went in there and took some things apart. And two, we had to fix that spring. That can slip out. So if you ever run into that problem where you're having that sort of issue, you also want to double check that just to make sure. It does the same thing on the spin fishers.